theme. There you go. Tires, my favorite parts. Whoa, where are you going?
Just look at this. Admire this.
Hi everyone. Alright, so today, part 2, we're going to be making LEGO monster trucks again, but not the same models as last time. This time we have 2 new additions, guys. Yes, there's this one and there's this one. So, guys, we're going to start with the construction right now. So I'm going to get down with the construction. So let's start with the green one, the Gravedigger. So we'll open the box nice and gently and we bring out all the parts. So I noticed this one has a black and green theme. Now black and green is actually a popular choice, I've noticed. A lot of people love black and green together. Or sometimes red and black. Sometimes that also pairs well. Whereas the shark one had a blue and black theme. There you go. Tires, my favorite parts. Whoa, where are you going? There you have it everyone, all the parts. Now we're going to get down to construction. So as I've emphasized before in my last video, everyone, LEGO plays a very important role when it comes to designing cars. And then also another thing about LEGO is that, well, car designers, they probably use LEGO when designing cars, but then they also use clay models. But the advantages of using LEGO is that you can modify the model anytime you like. So if there's something you don't like about the car you've built, you can always do some modifications. You can adjust it to your preference or your style. Over here you see me following a manual when building the car, right? The monster truck. But there's something very important to note about these, is that when following the manual, you're actually going to inspect the design from a 3D perspective. You know, you'll be looking at it from 3D directions because the instructions will make you do so. You have to compare the parts with what you see in the instruction. So it's very interesting, guys. So for example, I'm going to start with this. I have to start with this, and I have to start with this. 3 parts. And I'm looking at it from a 3D perspective because I have to see from what angle and how much of it do they want. So I have to put this through. Alright guys, a rather unique observation I made. It seems like for this particular monster truck, we start from the rear. Alright, so this is the motor, as you guys can see. It powers the rear wheels of the monster truck. Well, it's not really a motor, but you know, you guys get the point. And basically, instead of starting with the chassis or anything, we start just from the rear part. So right now we're focused on the rear. Every production has a unique method. There's a unique way of approaching the manufacturing of a car. In real life, they would have a platform ready, so the chassis is already ready for you. But how is the chassis approached? Like, do they start from the front, do they start from the rear, or do they start from the whole body in one go? Every car manufacturer has its own approach, but the key is they find efficiency. They have to work from the approach which is most efficient. Because the more the efficiency, the less the production cost, guys. Okay guys, another interesting observation I made, guys, I forgot to mention it, is that they instructed me to put the shaft earlier. So you see this part? This is the shaft, this part. They instructed me to put it on already, which is something interesting because for the other 2 monster trucks, I had to put the shafts later. Production is done, guys. This vehicle is almost ready. So I've done most of the parts. As you can tell, this looks good, but this is not finishing work yet. We still need to put the tires and the wheels. This is the favorite part, my favorite part, because this is how I do it. So I always make sure there's alignment. In fact, I've noticed something about this particular model, that there was not much precision needed. Like, it was so easy to build. It was like straightforward. Now as for the rubber, there. See? Alignment, like this is aligned. This is not aligned. So therefore, I have to work on this one more. This side more. There you go. Now it's much better. There you go, everyone. This is the latest the monster truck. This is the latest monster truck, guys. The black and green theme. Very nice. Compared to other monster trucks, I've noticed that this one required the less precision, and then also this one had the most stickers, the most conspicuous of stickers, guys. I didn't add stickers because for those of you who know me by now, I am not a fan of stickers. I just like it simple. And despite it being simple, it still looks quite intimidating and quite scary. I like that. Guys, I had a little bit of an idea. There were so many spare parts I had left, so I thought I would do something smart about it. So this is what I decided to do. I decided to add an extra light in the middle to make it more intimidating. So this is what I'm going to do. See, check this out. So for example, this is the original model. What a facelift would be something like this. And then this. There you go, guys. Hey everyone, now it's time to start with the last one. This one. Alright, this is the last of the monster truck series. I wish there were more. If there were more, I would have bought them. So we are going to be building this bad boy. So here we are, guys. The parts and pieces. Yeah, I tend to open everything and leave them in a pile like this. And don't ask me why. I mean, this is a habit I had since I was a kid. Normally it would be nice to organize everything, but it takes time, so I just get down to building it anyways. And I find the parts very easily, so I have no problem with that. But I understand, like, to be organized is important because you don't want the parts, you don't want one part missing, because if you have one part missing, in real life this would be a manufacturer defect, but in the Lego, it just wouldn't be a nice result. So similar concept as last time, we're starting with the rear. We're not starting directly with a long chassis to attach to the engine. This is the engine. Interesting. I just wonder what's going on because I did the same thing with the other bad boy. Yes, everyone, in my last video I mentioned something about precision being clear. Yes, I made a mistake earlier and I just repaired it. I sorted the mistake out. Basically the mistake I made was I used something long. So for this part, I used something longer. I used this part instead. And this was an error which I corrected just now, guys. So, you know, I have to be very careful because one error can cost the entire project. Oh, yes, everyone. The unfinished work right here. Now we just have to install the outer bodyworks and then we're good to go, guys. The body kit has been added. Now we're going to work on some precision parts, guys. So basically I have to install some teeth, basically the spiky trim on top, guys. So I did most of the work. Just my favorite part is on the run now. It's just the wheels and the tires, but there's one thing I have to remark. The spikes on this one is a bit loose, so you have to be careful. Like, the spikes keep moving whenever you turn it in different angles, you see. Like, I was just arranging everything and it already moved. Oh well, maybe that's what makes this model special. So you probably know by now, the wheels are my favorite part. So here we go. Alignment is very important when it comes to tires and wheels. So this is how I do it. There we go. And there you have it, everyone. The finished example. Alright, so now what I could do is a facelift. So for example, I could put this red light right here because there's an empty place and this was an extra piece.
There you go, everyone. Just look at this. Admire this.
Comparing all four of them, I noticed the blue one has the longest bodywork, and it appears that the black one, the black and green one, has the shortest bodywork. In fact, I noticed the black one has the least detail at the rear. Yeah, I was a bit surprised. Like, the black one looks like the shortest one, and it doesn't seem to have much detail going on at the rear, whereas others had quite a good amount of details, or at least something interesting. I've noticed the gray one has the most detail. Like, well done, Lego. They gave the most detail to the gray one. Otherwise, every one of them has an interesting theme. Like, I particularly love these two. These two have a really nice theme, and I'm a big fan of this one. But then I also like this one because of the Taurus horn, and then also the nice lining of V12. Well, I don't know. It's probably meant to imitate cylinders or something. But it's quite nice, guys. I mean, I love the theme of these two. Now, I've noticed one thing they all have in common. The one thing they all have in common is that they have the same bumpers. Now, as you all can tell, these are monster trucks, and it's all for the Monster Jam and everything. But as a car enthusiast, I also saw that this is an example of how car manufacturing works. Think about it, guys. Platforms, part sources. So out of them all, I have to say, I had a lot of fun making these Legos, and I actually learned quite a lot, and it really enlightened me about how the automotive industry functions, especially from the core, guys. We're talking about the birth of those cars, how they are made, and also the designing process, how engineers and architects and car designers, they design their cars using 3D diagrams, guys. Very interesting process that happens. And this is all taught from Lego or clay models, guys. Lego can be a tool, guys. But here, let me come down to the point. So I have my favorites. Out of these, I have to say I like the blue one, and I also like the orange one. Because I find the gray one nice, but it looks a bit generic. It looks like something I've seen quite often for a monster truck, or if not a monster truck, for a pickup or a truck or something. This one looks nice, but I don't feel like it has enough details. Like perhaps it's the sticker that does all the talking, but you know, for someone who doesn't like stickers, I have no other choice. Otherwise, I love the color theme. Like I have to say, out of all of them, this one has the most promising color theme. It's like something that can actually freak you out, something that can actually ignite fear or darkness or everything. But it just doesn't seem to have much when it comes to design or something. It's like you have to have the stickers if you want something special. But yeah, as for the rest, I think it's great. This one is my favorite, I'd say, because this one has like the style, and then it takes on after a shark. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos that are on the run. And don't forget to check the links in the description for my car reviews, my travel videos,